Hey, John Liddle here for SWOSUathletics.com with a men's basketball preview for you. We're talking with the new head coach of the Southwestern Bulldogs basketball team. Bob Battisti is with us, and also Rod Camphor as well, guard for the Southwestern Bulldogs, coming back for his senior year. Guys, thanks so much for being here. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good to see you, and it is always exciting to have a new year, and of course a new coach as well. So we've talked to you, Coach Battisti, a couple times about getting back there on the floor as the head man, but what has it been like getting in practice with these guys and implementing what you like to do?
Well, first of all, they've made my job really easy. I mean, this team is extremely coachable. I mean, they're willing to learn. The difficulty is that everything is new. It's like coaching 15 freshmen with terminology and what we want to get accomplished and drills and X's and O's scheme-wise. So, but other than that, it's been so simple because of the coachability of our guys.
That's always great to hear. Is that something that you look for in recruiting, or is that something that, you know, obviously some of these guys were already here before you came, but as you went out and got a pretty large recruiting class, is that something you emphasize when you're talking to these guys?
Well, when we talk to coaches, we emphasize character. I mean, you know, I'm not one of them guys can change a knucklehead into or spice into sugar. So we look for character, and I was fortunate to inherit a bunch of good guys, and we brought in a bunch of good guys, and it's been a good mix. They've gelled pretty well. The new poll for the year, the preseason conference poll, has come out. They got you picked in the 8th spot. You know, obviously these polls mean absolutely nothing. It's just coaches taking last year's rankings and just kind of shuffling them around just a little bit. But I guess that just shows, you know, that maybe from everybody else, not much is expected out of this team. But what do you expect out of this squad? Well, I mean, we discussed that a little bit yesterday. You never know what's going to happen. I think in our league, everybody is pretty well equal. I mean, you could take one and they could finish 7, and 7 could finish 1. You just never know. You know, we got high expectations. I really believe that we can meet those expectations. So we'll just see how the season plays out. But we're excited about our chances, and I'm excited about our team and our work ethic.
You brought one of your seniors along, Rod Camphor, who's confidently smiling and nodding over there. Rod, you've been in this league for a full year now, and you saw how many close games were played, just week in and week out. It didn't matter who was ranked where, 1 versus 8, it didn't matter. So what did that, how has that made your mindset different, if at all, for this year as you try to make yourself better, to get that little extra edge that you'll need to help this team to the top?
Yeah, like in practice, we just work hard. We don't slack. We don't take no days off. Everybody in the gym. Like this year, we more prepared, like, and more focused than this year. And like last year, I saw us do the teams. Like the #1 team finished like, I believe, like 11-7. So it's like from 1 to 8, anybody can beat anybody. So it's basically a toss-up. But we'll see.
Well, Rod, kind of in the same vein, late last year, you really came on feeling comfortable at this level. I'd imagine that at least early in the season, you know, until things are proven otherwise, you're going to be kind of a marked man as far as the other team goes, trying to put their best guy on you. Maybe that wasn't necessarily the case last year. How do you have to have a different mentality to respond to that, to kind of being the hunted guy out there for SWOSU basketball?
Yeah, I just work hard, and I just, like, this year we more well-rounded. We got a bunch of players that can play multiple positions, so I ain't got to take as much as load as I had to last year.
Yeah, how does that help the team as a whole when you're able to play, have guys that play multiple positions? Can you break that down a little bit for me?
Yeah, it helps us a lot. Like, we got guys that can play multiple positions, as I said, and like they just don't have to just worry about me or like double team me as much, because we got shooters, drivers, finishers. Yeah, so this year it's going to be exciting. Absolutely.
There's always excitement, you know, to start a season, Coach Battisti. What turns a team that just has a lot of excitement and some players and you're trying to mash them together, what turns a team and those jumbled parts into a championship team?
Well, the 2 words that come to my mind is togetherness. You got to have great love of your teammate. You got to have a togetherness and toughness. And right now we're marching towards those two attributes. We're not there yet, but if we're together and we're tough, we got a chance at the end.
What do you think about this guy to your left, Rod? One of the guys that you inherited, so to speak. He really showed some flashes of being a really good player at the end of last year.
And Rod is obviously one of our leaders. He's going to be a key player for us. I think Rod's challenge is, and you said it, he really came on at the end. Now, can he do it from day one throughout the season? Or is he just a flash in the pan? I mean, he had a couple big weeks. Can Rod complete a full season and bring that toughness every day to every game for 26 games? Or was he just a flash in the pan, so to speak? And that's going to be Rod's challenge if he can bring it every single game.
Any team that has a lot of newcomers, obviously you don't know what to expect. That's probably part of the reason you're picked eighth. But as you see the newcomers, they come on. I know you talked about them being moldable and pliable and things like that, but do they appear to be the athletes that you saw on tape, that you saw as you're going to recruit them and things like that?
Yes, and they appear to be the characters we thought they were. I mean, as far as the things it takes, you know, they're unselfish. They really care about each other. They want to work hard. They're willing to be coached. So we've got a lot of positives beyond talent that I'm impressed with, and I get really excited about coaching this team. So as I said earlier, I like our chances. Rod hit the key point. You got to win the close games. If we win the close games, we got a great opportunity. But it comes down to, do we have heroes, and can we win close games?
Exciting, doesn't it? Finally, for you, Coach, we're gonna be into the early part of the season before we know it. Do you have any goals for your team as you start the season? How do you break up the season? Do you look at it as a whole? Do you break it into, okay, before Thanksgiving, after Thanksgiving, Christmas, things like that? How do you, measure your team's success? What's that marker that you look for as far as, if we do this early on this season, I feel good about where we're heading?
Well, our schedule's ambitious, so that's going to be a challenge in itself. But what we're looking to do is get better, game by game, week by week. And you don't win championships in November; you win them in February and March. So we want to be playing our best ball come February or March. But obviously, it starts with the first game against Midwestern State. We just have got to be competitive. I don't know. Win or lose, that's as important as were we competitive and did we hold our ground.
Well, guys, we look forward to an awesome season. Also the first year of the new Pioneer Cellular Event Center as well. That's going to be coming up, but first of all, got a couple more games in Rankin-Williams Fieldhouse. We hope you come out and see these guys in action. Thanks so much, gentlemen. Appreciate it. John Liddle for SWOSUathletics.com.